Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is about Kinmapper.com. This is a third-party website that actually works with family search, and it helps you visualize your family tree. So it helps you visualize it on a map of the world and lets you see where your ancestors were born and where they died and where they got married. So this actually helps out with wanting to know what your ethnicity is without actually getting a DNA test done, or wanting to compare your ethnicity from your family tree to what your DNA test is and see how they compare to one another. There are a few other websites that are similar to this, and I will link those videos in the description box below when they are made, and you can compare and contrast those websites. So I guess let's get started. So we're here at Kinmapper.com, and this is what their homepage looks like before you sign in. And you click sign in, and it should bring you up to the family search sign in page, and you'll want to sign in with your family search account. So click sign in. Sure enough, here's the sign in page for family search. My information's all plugged in, ready to go, so I'm just going to click sign in. If you haven't ever been to Kinmapper before, it is actually going to come up with another pop-up after this saying, hey, we would like to have permission to look at your family tree on family search so that we can get information to make the map for Kinmapper, and you just hit accept. But since I've already been to Kinmapper, I just have to click sign in. And now it has brought us to Kinmapper here, and it is now, oh, that was quick. It was receiving the information for my husband's family tree. So it's just grabbing all the information on the family search tree so it can plug it in here on the Google map on Kinmapper.com. I'm going to move the map over so we can see most of the world. Guess I'm going to zoom out some. Zoom out, zoom out. Oop, there we go. Now we can see most of the world. I want to zoom in just a little bit. There we go, okay. Now we see the good 90% of the world. So Kinmapper actually only does 8 generations, and you can't actually change it to do more or less generations from what I'm finding out. If you guys happen to know how to do that, please comment below and teach me, because I don't know. So as you can see, we actually have different colors of dots all around the world. These normal red dots, not these ones, these ones, like here in Denmark, in the United Kingdom, and Florida, and Utah, Nevada, and Kansas, Colorado section. These ones are actually letting you know that this is more populated areas or more dense areas of your ancestors, and so there's a lot more information, such as 113, 511, 241, and so higher information. The yellow dots, these ones right here that are like in New Mexico and around Illinois and all over here on the East Coast, and the one here in Sweden, this will show you lesser information but still pretty dense. As you can see, it's probably around 60 to 100 information. And then blue, like we have here at the southern part of California, is small amount of information, like some information but not a whole lot, so a small amount of information. And then like this icon here in the Atlantic Ocean, and the one right here in Japan, South Korea area, this is just one event or one piece of information, such as a marriage or one birth. So just one piece of information. So I'll click on like the South Korea one here and show you. So we can click on it, and it's now saying that my husband has an ancestor named Thomas Jackson. The event type is his occupation, and it happened around 1850 to 1853. This is his personal ID on family search, and he was a shoemaker. And it says for Greenland, But it's showing us in Korea. That actually happens with my husband's family tree all the time. There's one for like this Asian area, and it's like a marriage or this occupation, and it really has nothing to do with that area. It just shows right there. I don't know why. So if we actually click on the Atlantic one, it's now showing us that this James was migrating, and I believe he was migrating on an SS Bellwood, so I'm guessing that would be a ship. And so it just has the one immigration record, and they just placed it out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which is a great place to place immigration information. So we're going to close that, and now I'll show you the more information areas. So if we click on like this red dot in the United Kingdom, it should zoom us into that section of the world and pull up more and more information. So let's see. Yep, I clicked on it, and now it's pulling up more little dots. So I've zoomed in, and it's saying we have like one dot here in Scotland, one event here in Ireland, but we have more all around the United Kingdom. We have 2 like near Liverpool. We have 126 near Manchester. Actually, that's not Manchester. It's closer to Leeds, but we'll go with Manchester. And then we have a bunch of other events everywhere. We can also see more events here in Europe and Scandinavian areas. So let's click on like this 2 near Liverpool. And now it's zoomed in on those 2 events, and we can click on those and view them. So let's do this bottom one. So it's saying that my husband has an ancestor named Mary Jones, and she was Christian. She had her christening here in Wales. I'm not even going to try to say that name because I'm going to slaughter it. I'm an American. I suck at saying other languages. So this other one up here, we'll click on that, and Mary was actually born up here in this other part of Wales. So that's kind of cool. She was born up here and christened clear over here. Interesting. Now we can go down here to the bottom corner and zoom out, and zoom out. Okay. And the same goes for any of these other dots. We can click on like the 108, and it'll zoom us in and show us more locations. We can zoom in again, and it will show us more locations. And then it should zoom us in. Nope, just zoom us into one church building. But we can click on it, and now it'll pull up a pop-up box of the 8 events that happen right in that location. Most of them look like residence and death and burial and plague, more birth and residence and death of other ancestors. So yeah, let's click out of that and zoom out. If any information is missing when you zoomed out, like now the 9 is missing, you can just zoom in and it should reappear. Yep, it is now reappeared. Granted, it says 3 now, but I think all the information just shifted. And now we could see like Mexico, where it didn't have information before. We now have zoomed in, we could see Mexico. And probably the same thing. And once again, if you zoom in, there'll be more information we didn't see before. And where they're all at in the world, or the United States in this case. So now let's go over here and talk about this white box on the right hand side. So the first thing it has is logging out. We don't want to do that. The root person, which is my husband, and that it's gone back 8 generations. So it looks like you should be able to change it, but you can't. I haven't figured that out. It also says it's listing 457 people. This might change for you guys depending on how full your family tree is. Current searches, we haven't searched for anybody yet. So underneath here is a search box, so we can actually type Now it's pulling up all the Anns in my husband's family tree. Again, we can click on one such as Ann Smith and go submit. It is now pulling up information just for Ann Smith on the tree. And we can zoom out and see those events. I wonder if she has any in America. Nope, just the 2 in the United Kingdom. Same for anybody else. We can type a John and we can pull up John Brimley here. Go submit. And now it's pulling up the events for John Brimley's life and where they're at in the world. He just has the 4 right there in the United Kingdom. I don't think he's migrated. Nope. So now we can go back up here and say the current search is on John Brimley, in case we forgot. Then underneath that is clear search. Now we're not looking at John or Ann. We're seeing all the ancestors' events throughout the world. So we can change root person and click on that. Oh, hey, this is how you change generations. That's how you do it. Oh, it looks like 8's the top number. Nope, 8 is as high as you can go. But you can change it and go down to like 3 generations or just 7 or 2. So that's how you change it. Sometimes filming these videos help me learn new things. And then we can change it to be Ann Smith. And now she'll be the root person and we can go 8 generation back on her. Go submit. And there's not enough 8 generations for her. Looks like we only have her and her husband since it says 2 people. So change that root person back to my husband. Now that we've changed that back to my husband, then they have help, which will bring a pop-up box which will pretty much explain everything I've just told you. Contact, you can click on that and contact the people who created this website, or feedback. Once again, if you click on that, it will contact the people who made this website and you can give them feedback. And then after that is sharing on Facebook, so that you can share your family's major events that happened all over the world and show people kind of an estimate of what your ethnicity is or main events that happened in your family tree. Then under that is just advertisements. So I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer and say that this actually doesn't tell you exactly what your ethnicity is. It's only actually telling you what major events happened in your family tree. But due to those major events, such as birth and death, it actually can help you figure out a little bit or a general estimate of what your ethnicity is. Because if they were born in that country, they're generally that race, but that's not always the case because they could have traveled there and been a different race. So just keep that information in mind when you're actually looking at this and trying to figure out what your ethnicity is, or comparing it with your DNA ethnicity test results. So this doesn't actually say what your ethnicity is, it's just telling you what your ancestors did throughout the world and where they were born and died and married and had occupations. So that's pretty much all you can do here on Kinmapper. They don't actually give you like a statistic chart or anything like other websites do, which I kind of wish they did. That would be cool. We could give them that kind of feedback and tell them, hey, we would like a statistic report. But it is still cool to have those events put on a map so you can see them and have a visualization of where these events happened in the world. So I do love how this website actually takes those family events and put them on a map. And so I have a visualization of that, and then I can also compare those events to my DNA test results and kind of figure out if my DNA test results is similar to my family tree or not. So that's what I kind of love about this website and think it's cool and fun. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you guys have any suggestions on anything else I should film, please also comment below. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. Bye!